Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing this February the 20th, 2025 daily cryptocurrency and XRP video that you've come to expect, love, need, and deserve from the #1 cryptocurrency insider that doesn't fleece, heist, or shiest his audience. He just shoots him straight, J, with the information and education that you deserve. And if we get into this, I ask you to bell notification, comment down below, subscribe, and share. And yes, because become members of Jabroni Killers for an industry cheap and best value of $2.99 a month. And what that gets you is it gets you all my comments. It gets me to look at what you're asking about first and get you to the front of the line. Like we have, I am still sick. You can hear it in my voice. We'll try to make one more video later this evening with 2 shorter videos today to preserve the voice. But he says, can you look at MATIC? It's in price discovery in the wrong direction, J. And I will look at MATIC. And that is one that we did have a very low target from way back in the day that when people were asking about it. And we'll look at that. But you can become members of Jabroni Killer. You can super chat to support the channel from the great state of Michigan on another very cold day where we had a high temperature right around 18 degrees and cloudy because in the wintertime and fall it's cloudy all the time here in Michigan. But you can see this is members of Jabroni Killers. I don't know why it's only showing 2. It should show a lot more than that for channel members. But you get my utmost attention with the comments, and it's an industry exclusive best value. And just real quick, bear with me and we'll get into the video. You can see my videos. If you want to become members, you can see it's right there in the pinned comment or the video description below. Just hit that first link there at Vincenzo's Jabroni Killers. And then if you want to use my links, Coinbase and Robinhood are right there, right below it, are all the trading sites that I trade on. And we'll start off with MATIC as our lovely member, Jabroni Killer. And MATIC we haven't looked at in a while, and you can tell that by the chart that's on here. And if we scroll into the daily, you can see, or the weekly, you can see why this is very old. And look at down there that we had. Let's get that into black. Vincenzo predicts new all-time low at 17 cents. And I'm assuming we were doing this, the last time we looked at this was probably way back in here somewhere, because you can see where we had our yellow box or orange box of resistance down there that it was trying to get held on support, and it's bounced a few times on there. And you notice this with our hideous, ugly, old way of doing things with those price labels or price notes where we have right there at 17 cents. We'll bring that over here now. We had a new all-time low being forecasted, right? You see that? That's been there ever since the last time we looked at this chart. We'll expand this out farther. The VIX volume profile, if it'll let me click it. There it is. See that? 2022 is the last time we even looked at this, because that's where the VP volume indicator is. And then we can get rid of that one. Yes, we want to remove it. Come on. Get rid of that ugly price note. Unlock this. And we'll bring this to our new major support and resistance, which is down here at the thick of these big candles right there. But notice they're all sell. Red is sell. Green is buy volume. Notice they're all sell volume. And that's because, like we were talking about way back then, I believe this was a shit coin, right? And it is a shit coin, and it's in the shit house. And it's attempting to get buried under 32 miles, J, of shit. It's shit, Vincenzo. I can't even do this, the angry voice right now because I don't have any fucking... Can you fucking believe this, Vincenzo? You lost your voice because this fucking coin is so low, you know? I've been yelling at this coin was a shit coin for so long. I can't even yell at the coin right now because I have no voice, right? But you can see we're struggling right here at the 29 cents. And last time we hit the 29 cents, it had a very big bounce back here in November of last year. It went up 170% with the rest of crypto, and now it's giving it all back. And if we zoom into the daily time frame where I like to do all this, you can see we had this bearish cross, actually golden bearish cross, where we had the 50 not only cross the short-term moving average, but also the long-term moving average, right? And now the red is sitting on the bottom, and that's super bearish, super chat or super bearish. And if you break and you fail to hold this right here, you're coming down to that low that we put down there. That's sitting down here where we said a new all-time low was possible. Ooh, we need to move these. Come on. We need to move these back. Get off of that. Get this over to this current time frame. Get this over there. If you break that, you're coming down to a new all-time low down there at 17 cents, something that we predicted and said a couple of years ago. And this coin's been in the shitter. And I do remember when MATIC was out, and it was up here at around $2.81. This was a high flyer. This was the hype train. This was the momentum, baby. And everybody was talking about it like it was the next greatest thing. And we were telling you it was going to the shit house, and then it was going deeper than the shit house. And now I think officially it's down 99% at current price. Its all-time high was about right there. We're down 89%. So we still got some ways to go. And if this does break this, it's going back all the way down, or all the way to, for the first time, to our new Vincenzo lows. Or this could form sort of that dinosaur pattern. See that? Where you got the conveyor belt right there, but it looks like a dinosaur, and then it leaks down, as that is a very bearish Vincenzo reversal pattern, the dinosaur conveyor belt reversal pattern, right? And that's what that could try to form here on a regional double bottom, and maybe try to bounce back up in the short term to the moving averages. But long-term MATIC, I think it's going to continue to go to the shit house, just like we talked about a few years ago, the first time we looked at this. If we get up here into the Bitcoin price, you can see the Bitcoin price, the 100-day moving average is starting to trend down. The 200 or the 50-day starting to trend down, excuse me. The 100-day is starting to run parallel now. The 200-day is still coming up, but we're still trading in between the two levels that we've been talking about. The 50-day at 97,895. Still don't want to buy you. Still don't want to buy you. And the 100-day at 93,872. And if we break that, we're coming down to this uptrending, but starting to turn parallel 200-day moving average at 84,914.44 here in the short term. And then we know in the long term, we might be in this head and shoulders, short to medium term topping out reversal pattern. And that would fit the profile of Bitcoin when it does in its history, because if we scroll back in Bitcoin's history, you can see there's been several reversal patterns that have had several big dumps. Come on. And the first one, let's get rid of that. Delete that. Delete. And you can see the first time where anybody paid attention, where we had a massive bear market. We had a 69.49% flush, a recovery, and then the capitulation down there that happened in about late 2019 or right before COVID, and we capitulated 84%. And then we came off the COVID and had the nice big pump, and then we came down again in March and May, 57%, right? Then we had our mountain double top, that old Vincenzo diagnosed, can't really smell, but sniffed out and detected in early 2021 into 2022 that this was a mountain double top or an up-topping reversal pattern. And then the way we got the technical target, oh, Jesus, can't ever just move stuff, was you take this and you go from the top of the first double top, second double top, neckline, a lot of neckline support, brief neckline support, right? But you would have that figured out already by there, and you bring it to the point of a breakout, and that's what got you all the way down there, and that's what got you pretty close. It overdid it a little, but got you in the right idea that a massive reversal was going to take place, and it did. And then you had your local capitulation. And now old Vincenzo, again, because I'm not a financial advisor, but I shoot you straight to keep you prepared and not out of the potential market, in all cases, bullish or bearish. And in the bearish case, this is the head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern, and that would be another over the next 6 months, if this did play out, you could see a prototypical bear market of 70%, right? So we're going to watch out to see if that does happen. And that's what the current pattern that we're in until it decides to break it and let us know that that's a different pattern playing out. But right now, that is the pattern. Bitcoin dominance in the daily is still rising, which is bearish for the altcoins, as you do know. And I believe the altcoins, yes, they did have a down day. I still believe this bearish cross in XLM, where the 50, like our line there, is going to cross the 100-day or the medium-term moving average at 37 cents. We're still trading in between the 100 and the 200, like we've been ever since the big dump, the epic dump of the fateful day of February the 3rd and February the 2nd. Then we had our prototypical bounce back, but we told you that was more just a telegraphed technical bounce back, and we would likely get rejected by the 50 or the 100, and we got rejected by both. And I do believe we're coming down in the short term to this 28-cent level, and then we'll have to see if we can't hit some bearer targets. AMP, we might be in the short term about to flush. And if we flush, we have some lower targets down here. And I think we accidentally deleted some of them. But our lower target would be the bottom part over here of this wick down here at 0.00276. I still do think eventually this thing's going to pop, but obviously it's not doing it in the timely fashion that we would like. H-bar is in this topping reversal pattern. Its technical target is 15 cents, and I see no reason to believe that that's not going to take place. XDC, unfortunately, we're getting rejected by tightening and constricting like a boa constrictor. 50-day, that's downtrending at about 9 cents. And 100-day, that's about 8.5 cents. The 200-day, temporarily for the next 3 to 7 days, is still turning up, but it's eventually going to run parallel. And I do believe in XDC, we're going to have a bearish cross. And I do believe the pattern, after we broke out of this weird rising wedge, is another hidden left shoulder, head, potentially a right shoulder developing there with the neckline there. And your technical target out of that would be like so. Probably matching down there where our target is right now at the top part of this orange trading zone and the bottom part of that rising wedge that you see there, or rising channel. It's an awkward looking rising channel, but a rising channel nonetheless. And our technical target, I guarantee you, would get us pretty close to there, which you would go from the top of the head to the neckline to the point of a breakout. And look at that. It gets you right there to that 0.042 cents. So unfortunately, in the short to medium term, by that I mean the next 1 to 3 months, I do believe XDC is going to, bare minimum, come down to the 0.04, right? ZIL, same thing. We got heavily rejected. We were talking about that double top, triple top there. And if we got rejected by there, and ZIL, if we zoom out to the weekly, unfortunately, you might come down to a tying an all-time low if ZIL doesn't get any buyers in the short to medium term down there. Excuse me. You might be headed for a tie or a retest, unfortunately, to the all-time low. And this is something else. Look at way back in the day. We said this would crash 99.9% to 100%. And that was a shithouse prediction. And that was all the way made back here when we were still up in here. And I took a lot of flack, and I was very unpopular at my own detriment because I should have just been ultimately bullish just to get subscribers. But I wanted to be true to the audience and not be one of those guys. And right now, we are down 95.34%. And if we get down to this all-time low, my 99.9% flush will come true after 3.5 years. Other than some subtle bounces from regional lows, this thing has just been down, 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 and I see no reason for that to change. Could there always be a crazy spike like we see here in ALGO? Absolutely, but ALGO has lost support, and we are in the weekly there. Let's go to the daily time frame. You can see we're about to have a bearish cross here in ALGO in about the next 4 or 5 days. Something else that we've been predicting in a lot of these coins, as 33 cents now is our 50, 31 cents is our 100, and 27 cents is our 200, and we're broke to 200. And if we breach this local double bottom this time, we're going to come all the way down to 18 cents very quickly. And then there's really nothing to stop us but coming back or coming to all the way back down to where that phenomenal, fantastic, glowing, gorgeous, lovely pump started from. And that's all the way down there at 10 cents. So we're going to see if this double bottom can hold at the bottom part of this red trading zone, which is sitting right about, well, at about 24 cents. It needs to hold or it's coming down to 18 cents. Like, subscribe, and share. We'll do another altcoin video later on. Add some gold and silver bullion mining stocks into there. They let you get updated on those. I know a few members of the audience like that. And let's see if there's any news on our way out of here before I lose my voice and can't make another video later on today. SEC first pausing crypto lawsuit with imminent deadline report. This is interesting. The United States Exchange Commission has reportedly been prioritizing pausing cryptocurrency enforcement cases with imminent deadlines, which is partly why the security regulator hasn't yet paused its lawsuit against crypto firm Ripple and Kraken, according to Fox Business. The next court deadline for Ripple and the XRP Ledger blockchain network developer isn't until April 16th. Yes, tax time for this United States criminal gangsters to fleece us out of some more tax money so they can waste it on, how we say, illegal immigrants that aren't citizens, while they allow their own citizens in cities to go into the shithouse, right? But I digress there. Cryptocurrency exchange Kraken, next deadline is March 31st. So that's coming up in just about a month and about 7 weeks. Toretti said in the Fox News X post, citing several unnamed sources, did not independently verify the information that cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase and Binance do not face court deadlines until March 14th and April 14th. It's possible SEC leadership is expecting at-real Donald Trump pick for Chair Paul Atkins to be on his way to getting confirmed by that time. In the interim, the Crypto Task Force, Congress, and Presidential Working Group on Digital Assets are presumably working to fill the regulatory gap that leads to these lawsuits being brought in the first place. Under former President Joe Biden, financial regulations, namely the SEC and Commodities Future Trading Commission, brought more than 100 lawsuits against crypto firms for alleged legal violations. In 2023, the SEC sued Kraken, alleging that the exchange operated as an unregistered security broker. The same year, the agency sued Coinbase for purportedly failing to register as a broker, National Security and Exchange, or clearance agency. The agency previously took action against the exchange for offering cryptocurrency staking services in the U.S. Meanwhile, the Ripple has been mirrored in a lawsuit with the SEC since 2020. The regulator alleges Ripple issued unregistered securities when launching its XRP. Trump has nominated Paul Atkins, a former SEC commissioner, to chair the SEC. The agency has been gradually winding down or pausing enforcement actions against crypto firms. On January 30th, 10 days after Trump began his second presidential term, Kraken resumed staking, serving services for U.S. clients for the first time in almost 2 years. So we'll continue to follow this news. Like the channel, follow, become members of Jabroni Killer. Hopefully this illness will leave in the next few days and you don't have to hear me coughing and sounding like I'm dying. Peace, peace and love to my beautiful audience.